All right, guys, we are taking the vtuvia electric e-bike to work. We're gonna see how it is to commute. I already did my review on it, so you guys might have had an idea of how it was. If you guys haven't seen that, you guys can go back and look at that video. But if you guys are curious on how this commutes and how you can use this for work and if it's a good bike for work, we're gonna check it out right now and see. Obviously, you can tell it looks pretty beefy, big fat tires. It has a small battery. It's not a huge battery, but it doesn't go very fast. I mean, it's about 26 or 27 miles per hour, but it definitely picks up pretty quick, and we'll get into it and I'll talk about it while we ride. So one of the reasons why this bike is so fast for what it is, and a lot of people in the comments in that video when I did my review was saying, oh, it's not that fast. And I didn't mean like top speed fast. It's still a class 3 e-bike. You can use the throttle up to about 27, 28 miles an hour. So that classifies as class 3. Go camera, go. This motor is 750 watts, right? But it has a peak of 1,000. And if you go into these settings, which you can hold these two buttons, the up and down button, you can get into the P settings and you can go into the controller amps. And the controller is programmable to go up to 40 amps. Look at that, we're hitting 28.5 miles an hour, which is actually more than what I hit in my review video. And it's crazy, we're hitting 29. What the hell? This is way faster than when it was in my review video. I don't know what's going on here. We were at a full charge on both. So maybe it just got set on the charger a little bit longer and balanced the cells out or something. I'm not sure. This thing's working pretty good. So going back to what I was saying. So 40 amps of power out of a controller basically means that you get more torque and more speed off the line. It's a lot more than a lot of other e-bikes out there. Trust me. Some come with like 15 or 20 amp controllers. I think this one comes at about 26 or 28 amps, and you can turn it up to 40. That makes the hugest difference. This bike is a fantastic cruiser. It's very comfortable, easy to get around, looks pretty flashy. You sit very high up off the ground. But I will say that it does have some cons. Now, one of the cons is this display. It bolts up to the handlebars right in the middle. I like where it sits, but even with it on the tightest setting, and this won't go any farther because it's literally maxed out with the bolts, so you can't get anywhere. The plastic is touching on both ends. This thing moves. Now, I guess it's not going to be that big a deal if you're riding in the street like I am. Like, it's fine. But if you're going off-roading, that thing might be bouncing all over the place. So to me, that's a little bit of a concern if you want your parts to sit steady, because this can be hitting against your stem right here and could cause some damage to the display or to the stem. Another thing about this bike is the cable management sucks. I do like that it goes in the frame and you don't see the rest of it after the frame and stuff like that, but I don't like that these cables are so long. I talked about my review video. I think it's garbage that they're so long. And then there's also no cover for the cables. I mean, look at this big old rat's nest right here. This thing's all messed up. So many connections right there. It just looks messy. It makes the bike seem like it's a clean looking bike from afar away, and then when you see it with the cable management, you're kind of like, ugh. Could be a little bit cleaner. No one hit me. No one hit me. It's not like a bad thing about this bike. It's pretty light for what it is, so your range is going to be decent, but it isn't the biggest battery on this bike. Now, I forget what size it is. I think it's around like a 14 amp hour battery or a 13 amp hour battery. I'm not sure, but it basically saves a lot of weight on the bike, but at the same time, you're not going to get very far if you're maxed out on this thing 24/7. You're not going to get 30, 40 miles of range. You'll probably be lucky to get around maybe 18 with throttle only on pedal assist 5, and maybe probably around like 25 miles if you use pedal assist. Or if you go really slow, you might be able to get a little bit more, but who goes slow on these bikes? No one does 5 or 10 miles an hour. We're trying to get back and forth to work. My average commute going back and forth to work is probably, I don't know, I'd say 13 to 15 minutes. I'm not going to double that by trying to save battery life. I'd rather just try to get there quick and get home quick, because it's been 100 degrees in California lately and it is hot. Like right now, I think it's actually 103. So kind of dying. I'm actually very impressed with this bike. The price to performance is actually very good for what you get. $1,500 and you get a bike that I hit 29 miles per hour on. Now, I don't have GPS to confirm that. I guess I could pull out my phone and try to see if that's accurate or not. All right, so it says we're doing 27 miles per hour on the bike, and this is saying 25 to 26. So it looks like it's off 1 mile per hour. So now the bike says 28, and it still says 26. It's probably gonna jump up to 27 any second, but all right, so it looks like it's off about 2 miles per hour. Still not that bad. Oh, okay, there you go, 27 miles per hour, there you go. So yeah, maybe 1.5 miles it's off. I'll take it, guys. That's very nice. I'm telling you guys though, this pickup speed of this bike is a lot better than other bikes I've been on in this price range. And I know a lot of people keep saying like $1,500 is still too much for a bike like that. And it's really not. Like, yeah, there's some other companies that are putting out some bikes that are probably a little bit over $2,000, like $2,300 or so, or $2,500, and they'll do 35 miles per hour, and they'll have bigger batteries and maybe hydraulic brakes and everything like that. But you gotta understand, this is $1,000 cheaper than some of those other bikes. And it's a cool little bike. It's not something I would buy if you had to go across your town and you had to do like, you know, 10 miles, oh God, you had to do 10 miles one way and 10 miles another way. You'd pretty much be pushing it to the limit. You might run out of battery juice if you got to do that. But if your work is not that far, shouldn't be too bad. Go, guy, go. Messing everything up for everybody. For me, this would be perfect because my work is 6 miles away. So that's 12 miles altogether. And so far I have not went down one battery bar. I'm actually surprised. I feel like that battery bar is gonna go at any time right now, just because we've probably done about 4.5 miles to work. I'm almost pretty much there. Maybe when we hit the overpass, it's gonna change, but I'm curious to see how it's gonna do the overpass too and see what our top speed is coming up in. I think it's gonna pull some very good power. We'll check out the wattage and we'll see what our top speed is going up in. But before we get there, I wanna let you guys know that this bike does come in 2 different colors. So you can get yellow or orange. It's available on Amazon. I'll have the link down in the description. Or you can buy it directly off of their website, and it will be a $50 coupon, which will take the bike from, I believe, $1,559 or $1,549 down to $1,500 even. It's seriously a perfect cruising bike. The stance of it is very good. I mean, if you want to sit more upright, you might have to go with a different bar setup. But I will say that you can come in here and you can move this stem, because the stem actually will go up and down. But the bad thing about that is, depending on how big you are, the stem is going to make the handlebars come closer to you. So then you will be sitting more upright, but then I just feel like the bars are going to be like too close to you. I feel like you have a little bit more control when you're kind of in the sports mode, like the race stance. Oh, that's a clean Cadillac right there too. I like that. So you probably heard these brakes just now, and I will say that the brakes aren't the best. If you slam on them, they will slide and lock up. But if you're using them at like probably 75-80% and you're not actually like romping on them, but I mean you're still giving it a good pull, they slowly slow you down. But they're definitely not going to stop you like hydraulic brakes or any other brakes that I've had. So look at this thing. This is what I'm telling you guys. 23 miles per hour. It's still going. Still going. We did go down one battery bar. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. It's definitely pulling more power than the motor's capable of. Man, this shoe is still here. Let's see what our top speed is going downhill. I'm pretty sure we can hit over 30 if it doesn't cut out, because some bikes have a cutout limit when you're going, and no, it doesn't have a cutout limit. We're doing 30 miles per hour, but it is only pulling 100 watts, so maybe it did limit our power and cut it back. But still, 30 miles per hour is not too bad. And we got our battery bar back. I don't know exactly how accurate that bar is. But I think it just went off because we were going uphill and it was trying to use so much more power to get up that hill, and now it's back. So not too bad. I'm very curious to see how the lights look in the front. And I just realized that I do not have a light for the back, and I meant to put one on before I left work. So that's gonna be a little sketchy. But we'll talk about that later when we get on the night ride. I'm gonna see if one of my coworkers wants to ride it also. He bought one of my other electric bikes off of me and he loved it. And it was 500 watts. And it was pretty much a mountain bike, and he uses it to get like everywhere. I think he would really like this one because this thing actually takes off better. Feels more rugged too. What's up, Mark? How's it going? One thing I will say about this bike, it is very, very smooth to push around. Like no resistance whatsoever. All right, guys, so we will see you at nighttime, and we'll see if I can get someone to ride the bike, and if not, right after that, we're gonna be riding it. Record. Damn, we get a lot of baskets, or just you didn't push them all the way in? Oh. Man, look at the difference.
Dude, that's a fucking upgrade.
The seat height is about the same, though.
Let's go outside.
Yeah.
Lock the door.
All right, I'll turn it on for you. You got to put it on the highest one, obviously, so.
I'm somewhat experienced. I just want to see the turning radius. That's my concern.
Now, you might have to adjust the headlight because I have not rode it at night yet. But give me your opinion when you go out for a ride.
How low do you have it?
Test it out, man. I just realized he doesn't have a helmet. He's trying to run over a cat over that. Cat was running across. He was zigzagging. Wait, how far is he going? Oh, he's gone. Oh, he left me. He really left me. Yep. I don't know where he went. Damn. I'm here by myself. Well, when he does come back, I will ask him how he feels about the bike and see his thoughts on it, because I did sell him my old bike. I think it's the BFI Sport, the one that you can get from Amazon. I sold him that bike, and I think it was a 500 watt motor, and this is, well, it's 750, but it has a peak of 1,000, so it's a lot different. So see if he likes it or not. Oh, there he is. He's riding over there.
Dude, this has so much more power than I expected. It's
Yeah.
just like, it just gets up and goes. And I thought the steering would be a little bit more, less swervy. Like I couldn't swerve it as much. Because on mine, the thin tire one, I just shoot, 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 shoot.
Yeah,
really
that's the thing about fat tires. It's a little harder to, you got to put a little bit more effort into it because it's not so skinny, but still pretty nice.
I do like how you said earlier, you could see the watts. So when you're accelerating, you're like, okay, I can kind of tell my battery's at this point due to how much wattage when you're accelerating. So
and if you notice when you flatline at like 26, 28 miles an hour, it goes down to like 400 watts because it doesn't need to use that much power.
Battery.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I love it.
I
was testing on the suspension too. I went over the bump. I was like, oh, this is fine. Went over like 18. I was like, oh, I just glided over this thing. Wow, that's awesome.
All right, so buy it. All right, I'm going to need $800.
I was doing it.
No, but I mean, if you're interested in getting it, just let me know.
29.4. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Love it. No, honestly, I probably would. I probably am going to buy it from you whenever you sell it.
All right.
So.
I'm selling it after this video.
I don't know if I can get it back in that car.
Oh, got it.
It's really not that much heavier. Like realistically.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I'll send you the page with all the stuff on there so you can actually look it up and read about it a little bit.
No,
unless you already looked it up.
I looked at the website when you.
Oh, okay. When I posted the video.
When I was texting you that night, I was like, "Hey, what bikes you got?"
Oh, okay. All right. Cool, man. Well, I just wanted you to at least ride it. All right. Well, I'm gonna get on my ride and put all this shit on, and I'm glad you got to try it out because now you're the new Michael. Since Michael left, you have to start riding all these bikes, man.
I've ridden bikes my whole life, so I'm not gonna eat shit.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got to ride it.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing it out, dude.
Yeah. No problem. All right, man. I'm gonna get out of here. Huh?
You here tomorrow?
Yeah. I'm closing the next 2 days, and then I'm off Monday.
Oh yeah. Richard's front end.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think he needs you. He's like, you locked me in here. Don't hit me. I had the right away. Well, that's cool. I got my coworker to test out this bike. He was definitely interested in when he saw my review on it. So, like, I always bring all my bikes to work. We got to test it out. We got to see how it is. we kind of pretty much have an idea of how this bike was going to be. It's fantastic, you know, for the price, I think. I mean, you don't have to take my word for it. I mean, my buddy said it was great, and he now wants to upgrade his BSI Sport e-bike that he got from Amazon. Technically, he bought it off of me for half the price, but, you know, he likes this one more than that one. And yeah, there is a price difference of about, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's like $500. But you can definitely feel the upgrade going to this thing. That's kind of the thing with e-bikes. You got to understand that, okay, yeah, there might be a bike that's $3,000. I mean, yeah, you got to kind of do your research and understand, because you could get a turd. But the more money you spend, the better bike you're going to get, basically. You're either going to get better brakes, you're going to get a bigger battery, or a better controller, or cosmetic stuff like fenders and a tail light and a integrated headlight, stuff like that. And it's going to be a big headlight instead of a small headlight. Like right now, this is a small ass headlight, like tiny. I don't really like it. Like, it's lighting up the road decently, but it's kind of garbage if you ask me. But it is doing the job, don't get me wrong. It's just I expect a little bit more for my safety, trying to see what's on the road. All right, no one's here, so I'm going to get over. I have no brake light at all in the back. Not a single light, so no one's going to be able to see me. Do not do what I do, people. That's my mistake. I totally messed up when I left today and did not take the light off of my other bike that I normally just take off of the seat post, and then I'll wrap it around this seat post on whatever bike I'm going to take. But this is probably the last time I am going to ride this bike. If there was going to be like some crazy update on this bike where we can do some crazy modifications to it, then sure, I would have probably, you know, did something else with it. But it's pretty your plain Jane bike. It's good. It's decently priced. It's still going to cost you some money. It's not the cheapest bike. But if you want to get around, I think it's pretty nice and flashy. Yellow or orange, you get your choice. Save a little bit of money with my discount code. Or like I said, there's an Amazon link that you can check out, and that will take you directly to Amazon if you have like Amazon Cash, or you have your account set up there and you'd rather purchase it on Amazon instead of going through another website. I get it. So you can do it that way. Most of the time when I go on these websites to buy these bikes, like this one, I always check to make sure my coupon code works. But I also go on the website to see if they take like PayPal and I think Shop. Most of the time I use Shop because they just send me like a 6-digit code to my phone all the time, and it's super easy. Or I'll use PayPal. PayPal is like number one for me if the website accepts it, just because I always have money in my PayPal. Some of these companies, like some skateboard companies, they actually pay me through PayPal. That's how I get my affiliate money from them. All right, so quick update really quick. Let's switch it up a little bit. We're down 2 battery bars. So when I got to work, I think I was telling you guys that we were one bar down, but it went back to full when I was basically getting in the parking lot after we went over the overpass and everything. And right now, after letting my buddy ride it out, it's down 2 battery bars, but technically it just went up a battery bar. So instead of it being 3 battery bars, now it's 4. So that's interesting. Like I said, guys, you guys can never really go off of the battery system. I feel like some of these e-bikes, they should have a battery bar to make it easier, or a percentage. Don't go off of voltage sag. They should go off of, I don't know, like resting voltage or something like that, so that doesn't freak people out. And they're like, oh my God, I don't have like range or anything like that. Like, it's 50%, but technically you have 90 because it's going off of your throttle input. And then what they need to do for us hardcore people that understand voltage and everything like that, they should have a voltage chart that actually shows us, because that's the most accurate reading you can get for trying to read your voltage and everything like that. Because we know voltage tells you exactly where you're at. Like, I can't tell you right now on this voltage. I'd actually have to bring up the chart and everything like that. Hey, they moved that tree I just noticed, because there used to be a tree right there. It's gone. But on a 72 volt system, 72 volts is half the battery. So your starting voltage at 100% is 84, and then 72 is half, and then 60 volts is completely dead. So at least if you know you're at like 65%, you're gonna be like, okay, damn, I'm probably at my last, like, I don't know, like 20% battery, you know, so you might want to take it pretty chill. So I don't know, that's something maybe companies should maybe think about doing. But when you do have a display like this, you're kind of limited on the options that you can do. I will say I'm a fan of bikes like the Okai because it tells you the range that you have left when you start, and it's actually very, very accurate. So when you start, it will literally tell you on a full charge, you're gonna get like 24 miles of range in this mode. And then as you ride, it starts learning if you're just full throttle, you're not stopping or braking anywhere. It will literally give you legit range on how long you have until your battery's gone. And it really is accurate. So I kind of like stuff like that. Maybe companies can implement that or something, I don't know. But all I know is this bike is probably gonna be gone because my coworker definitely wants to buy it, and I am happy to sell it to him because Electric Bike Company is probably gonna be sending us out one of their foldable beach cruiser bikes. We'll see though. I hate to say stuff on the channel and then stuff not come through. Kind of like the Zion, the Cyber X bike that I was trying to get. I knew it was kind of like a hit and miss if I was gonna pick it up or not, because one of the guys locally in my city, he picked one up. He got it for $1,000. You guys have probably seen his YouTube video on it, talking about it. He's a cool ass dude, and I asked him if he was gonna get it and sell it, and he's like, yeah, I'm probably gonna sell it, but not yet. And I said, well, let me know when you sell it because I will buy it from you. Even though I know he got it for $1,000, I was like, hey, I'll give you $3,000 or $4,000 for that bike because I know it's worth about $5,500. But unfortunately, I think he's gonna keep it. And with everything coming out, like the new iPhone just came out that I bought, the watches from Apple just came out. I wanted to get an iPad, but I don't know if I'm gonna get that stuff now. I mean, I'm gonna get some of it. I don't think I'm gonna get the iPad anymore. But then I also pre-ordered the Steam Deck. So that's another, what is that, $600-700? Because I got the 256 or something like that. And then the new GoPro's coming out. And then the new Ryzen graphics. And then the new Ryzen 7 Gen CPUs are coming out. And then you got the 4090 RTX coming out. I mean, I'm gonna spend a lot of money, guys. And I just got back from Vegas. As you guys know, I was over there last week. So if you guys are following the channel, you knew that. What's up, fam? If you guys are just new to the channel, I took a vacation last week and we're getting back into writing videos. So if you guys don't really know how my videos go, for the most part, most of the day footage go into work. We're talking about the bike and what I want to talk about in the video. Then later on at night, we might talk about a little bit of stuff, and then we go into some of the vlogging stuff on what's going on the channel and what to look for and whatnot. That's just kind of been my style. There's a lot of glass. Some people like it, some people don't. But hey, we're gaining subscribers, so if you guys are new to the channel and you guys like seeing random e-bike vlogs and you're just bored at home eating popcorn, you want to check some stuff out, then hey, like, by all means, Okay, I shouldn't have got way over for this guy. I went way over just so I wouldn't, he wouldn't run me over, and I went over the bumpiest section ever. Like, Jesus. Surprisingly, my butt doesn't hurt. The seat is actually, like, decently, like, comfortable. It's not the most comfortable seat I've ever sat on, but, man, that was really rough. But I think my buddy messed with the settings. I think he was, like, turning all the knobs for the preload. I actually think he locked out the suspension. Then I think about it, I think he did lock out the suspension on me. Dang it. There we go. Hey, I got my suspension back. All right. Well, I could have avoided that if I would have checked that. But like I said, overall great bike for the 5th time ever. And I have no brake light, and I am on a road that doesn't have a bike lane. So we definitely have to be careful. People in the front of me should see me, but I'm worried about the people behind me. My buddy did say I could take his light off of his bike because he rode his electric bike that I was showing you, that BIF Sport. But I don't want to leave him without a light. It's my fault. I didn't bring mine, so can't blame him. So right now, I would probably say we've done about 9 or almost 10 miles, and we're down 3 battery bars. It's back down to 3. Like I said, I don't really fully trust this, but so like I said, probably around 10 miles, and hey, it went back up. Now that we weren't on the throttle, now that I'm on the throttle, it's probably gonna go down back to 3. Let's see if it does that or not. Yep, there we go. So not too bad. 10 miles down 2 battery bars. It's barely going to the 3rd one, so that's all right. Not too bad. It's not the best range that you're gonna get. I think I mentioned that you're gonna get about 18 miles of range if you just use throttle only. I'm not pedaling at all. I haven't pedaled a single bit on this bike whatsoever. I think my buddy was trying. No, actually, if you think about it, I should add an extra almost mile because my buddy was riding it around work. Instead of him just going around the parking lot, he literally went behind the store almost twice and rode around it and then rode in the parking lot for a little bit. So he probably only put another mile on it. So I think we're gonna have to bump it up. When I get to my house, that's technically 12 miles back and forth total, but I'm gonna add an extra mile on because he rode it. There's a car behind me. There's a car behind me. Don't hit me. I'm gonna have to get out of the bike lane too because there's a jackass parked in the bike lane. You can't park here. God dang it. This car is gonna kill me. Dangerous. Stupid CRV. Come on, man. God, it's so dangerous with these cars. I'm fearing for my life right now. And you guys fear when I ride my Suron. What? Come on, man. Come on. You not see me? You not see my headlight? I can understand if you're behind me, but come on, man. Dang it. Anyways, I'll see you guys at the house. We're still 3 battery bars down. I don't think it's gonna change. And it's gonna be about 13 miles. But I'll say it again. Those last 2 battery bars, you gotta be very careful. You might get 1 or 2 miles, or you might get another 5 miles. You never know. So just trust me, take my word for it. We're doing 13 miles. If we're down to 3 battery bars, then that means those other 2 bars are probably gonna go pretty quick. Or we're just gonna get better range than I thought we were gonna get. If you get over 20 miles of range out of this thing, full throttle, the way I'm riding it right now, for this small little battery with a 40 amp controller on here, that's actually damn good. All right, see you guys in a second. All right, well, technically it was 3 battery bars down, but it's now only 1 battery bar down for 13 miles or 12 and a half miles. So it's kind of crazy. This bike has a total of 20 miles on it. That's probably all that I'm gonna ride it. And then hopefully my buddy wants to pick it up and buy it. And hopefully he enjoys it as much as I did. It's a fantastic electric bike. Entry level, of course, nothing crazy. But appreciate you guys watching the video too, because I like doing this stuff. So the more you guys like the videos and watch it, the more I can actually like just have fun on all these random bikes. So see you guys in the next one. True MVPs, peace out. Later.